Hello, F8 Refresh. I'm Martha O'Byrne O'Reilly and I lead messaging developer partnerships at Facebook, which means I have the awesome job of partnering with developers like you on a day-to-day basis. I'm very excited to be here celebrating the 5-year anniversary of the Messenger platform. Back in April 2016, we were one of the first apps to launch a platform for developers to build chat-based solutions. I still remember the day when David Marcus introduced the platform and showcased the 1-800-Flowers experience, where you could literally send a message and order flowers for your loved ones. Since that launch, the platform has seen tremendous growth, and the transition to messaging has only accelerated over the past year. During the pandemic, many businesses had to shut their doors, close call centers, and shift to work from home environments. People turned to messaging to get in touch with businesses. And businesses also fast-tracked their digital transformation efforts to connect with people over messaging. And this momentum continues, with businesses both big and small leaning into Messenger as a key channel for connecting with their customers across the customer journey. And none of this would have been possible without this huge community of developers building on our platform since day one. And I was in the developer audience watching David Marcus 5 years ago. Just like you, I was excited about how this new channel might reimagine the way businesses and people communicate, ultimately paving the way for what we know as conversational commerce. And we've done just that. Over the last 5 years, we have seen developers and brands innovate on our platform. In 2016, we saw developers building rich conversational experiences using templates, quick replies, and web views. In 2017, we introduced support for multi-app experiences, which allow a marketer to run campaigns while also allowing a live agent to provide customer support, all on the same channel, enabling businesses to stitch together customer interactions happening across marketing and customer care. We knew that websites were still a main channel through which people learn more about products and services. However, we also realized that many website visitors have questions to ask before they make a purchase. And that led to the launch of the Facebook chat plugin, which is now widely used by brands like Decathlon to reduce friction from consideration to purchase. Facebook and Instagram have always been great platforms for discovery. But with you, we made it possible for every business to facilitate a one-to-one consultation via ads that click to Messenger. In regions like APAC, we saw that many people tend to comment on ads and page posts, rather than just engage with likes or with shares. And we introduced private replies to help businesses move those public conversations to private, again, to shorten the path from consideration to purchase. With the pandemic, many retail businesses had to quickly move online and increase their investments in e-commerce. To help businesses with this digital transition, Facebook introduced Shops, and now messaging has become one of the core components of Shops. And finally, we continue to co-innovate with you and are very excited about the new Messenger API support for Instagram messaging, which we announced today, and the opportunities this unlocks for developers and businesses alike. We hope that you're as excited as we are for the conversational commerce opportunities that lie ahead, as they are set to revolutionize the way we all shop online. Messenger is one of the very few apps which has depth and breadth of solutions for all stages of the commerce funnel. Businesses can drive discovery of products through ads that click to Messenger and other entry points. They can then accelerate the path from consideration to purchase via one-to-one consultation. And finally, they can continue to build loyalty and deepen relationships by providing post-purchase support and engaging with customers to drive higher customer lifetime value. The future of commerce is conversational. We've already started to see this play out in APAC and LATAM. And we've seen many brands across the globe, especially in markets like the US, accelerate their digital transformation efforts and adopt messaging as a channel to help accelerate revenue and lower costs. We've accomplished so much together, and we look forward to partnering with you to make business messaging the future of business communications. Now, I have the absolute pleasure of introducing you to Kelsey Hunter from Paloma, one of our developer partners. Kelsey has been building on the Messenger platform since launch. And like many of you, she is an entrepreneur who has built a thriving business using the Messenger platform. Kelsey works with numerous brands to deploy conversational commerce experiences that consistently deliver results. And today, she is going to share the best practices that developers and businesses need to keep in mind when building conversational commerce experiences. Over to you, Kelsey.
Thank you so much for having me, Martha. It's a pleasure to be here. As the founder and CEO of Paloma, I have the privilege of working with some of the very best direct-to-consumer and e-commerce brands, turning Facebook Messenger into one of their highest performing sales channels. Today, I'll be sharing with you how we help these businesses drive sales, lower costs, and increase loyalty via Messenger. The opportunity here is truly full funnel, like Martha has said. Brands can drive traffic to a Messenger conversation, help customers make purchase decisions, directing them to checkout, remarket and retain existing customers in Thread with post-purchase support, upselling, and cross-selling opportunities. Let's walk through the best practices at each of these steps. We'll use our partner Joybird as an example. Before starting any new experience, we first need to understand what success looks like. Performance is critical to the long-term use of these channels. Depending on the brand, their stage, and the team you're working with, the goal can vary from decreasing acquisition costs to increasing returns, driving retention, or growing lead generation, and increasing brand engagement. Our partners are typically focused on the first two, and we found that brands who have performance objectives like these tend to have the most longevity in the channel when you can get it right. So how do we meet these goals? We're going to start by learning everything we can about a business, their current acquisition strategies, their products, and customer profiles. Then we'll get to work designing shopping experiences that will both help the customer decide what to buy and why to buy. Ultimately, we'll try to improve their conversion rate, which helps brands make more out of their ad dollars, decreasing those acquisition costs and increasing their returns. In the case of Joybird, they sell custom, high-quality furniture to a very online customer base. And like many e-commerce businesses, they want to convert more traffic more efficiently. By understanding that their product requires a high level of consideration and has a high cost associated, we can craft an experience that helps shorten that purchase cycle. To validate this, we can start by targeting customers who are at the beginning of their shopping journey and see if we can get them to convert more quickly, when historically it would have needed more time. Because our goal here is to drive sales, Joybird can run ads that click to Messenger with the conversion objective set for purchases. These ads are a great way to test because we can directly compare performance to a brand's ads that click to their website, helping support the goals that we mentioned, lowering acquisition costs and increasing returns. Paloma doesn't manage ads, but we do work with people who do, and have picked up some key structural and creative insights along the way. To start, we recommend setting up a click-to-messenger experience in its own campaign in an account, so you can clearly compare their results. When it comes to who to display the ads to, most brands we work with will start by prospecting broad audiences, targeting entirely new customers. But it's not uncommon to use this for retargeting as well. In fact, our Facebook case study for Lalo is based entirely on retargeting audiences. Customers who've been to a website and left without making a purchase are often struggling to make a decision. And reaching those customers with ads that click to Messenger can be a great way to help close the sale. When it comes to the content and creative of the ads, you can think of them very similarly to any other ad. A Messenger conversation is a destination, just like a landing page is. So if you were driving customers to a quiz on a website, you'd say that in your ads, and the same rule applies here. Facebook will let the customer know that the ad opens in Messenger, and you just need to let them know that it's a style quiz or a personal shopper, a consultation, or any other type of experience. This should also be considered in the creative. Showing multiple products will better set the customer's expectation that you're going to help them find a match. Whereas if your creative features a single product, a customer clicking is probably not expecting to be helped with curation. For the call to actions, titles like Learn More and Shop Now tend to work best for quizzes and shopping, while Send Message works better if you position the experience as talking to someone. The overall rule of thumb, though, don't overthink it. If you're already running ads, take what works well today and make slight adjustments to just make sure it makes sense. Beyond ads that click to Messenger, we'll often use other entry points like m.me links, QR codes, and the chat plugin to be used in emails, mailers, in-store, and on-site. And with the addition of the Messenger API for Instagram, organic traffic management for sales conversation is becoming more common as well. Each of these should be treated to consider the context of where the customer is coming from. We're focused here on the click-to-Messenger ad experience. Once a customer clicks on the ad, they're greeted in Messenger with a message template. At this step, your goal is not to sell the customer on the product right away. It's to get the customer to respond, effectively opting them into messaging with your business. Keeping the interaction here as low friction as possible is crucial. A great way to do this is asking a question that's very easy for someone to answer. For example, what room are we designing? Once in Messenger, you get to have a consultative sales conversation. It's an opportunity to learn about the customer, directing them to the right products while uncovering and explaining why they should buy your product. For a brand like Joybird with a high SKU count, curation is a very big factor in helping a customer shop. Whereas with a brand like Lalo, who has just a few SKUs, we would focus more on helping the customer understand why and how their product helps to fit into a customer's lifestyle. In Joybird's case, we're inviting the customer to take our style quiz, where we ask questions to understand the customer's design aesthetics and preferences. We'll use the customer response data to inform a dynamic product match, so that at the end of the conversation, the customer is brought to a curated solution. For example, knowing that someone likes a modern silhouette and minimalist design, you can talk through the product's aesthetics. Or if someone has pets, you can speak to the fact that Joybird Safeguard fabrics will help keep their new sofa protected. This is helping the customer to see how Joybird's products are perfectly catered to their dream home. While we typically end up using 3 to 5 questions in a quiz format, there is no hard and fast rule here. As long as the customer feels that what you are asking is for their benefit, you can ask. We see an average completion rate of 80% across all of our partner conversations, regardless of length of conversation, the product, or customer type, because customers feel that the questions we ask are going to help get them to a better solution. Once the customer has been matched with products, we want them to click through to purchase. Things that can help with this click-through rate include using descriptive copy that explains why the product is a match, matching to the most relevant products, sharing useful details like financing options or ratings, and offering navigation paths for customers that want to explore. Once they've clicked through, purchases happening on the brand's website can be monitored via the Facebook Pixel to measure results. If a customer needs something that the automated experience can't support, it's most often that it will come up at the end of a conversation. Wherever this happens, we don't want a customer to get stuck or frustrated, so we quickly route them to support through the Handover Protocol API, enabling the care team to receive and respond to what needs their attention. Now that we have the customer journey fully supported, at the end of the day, we want results. Because the customer came through an ad, the brand will have access to all of their performance metrics, like that cost per acquisition and return on ad spend, readily available at a glance, helping them to quickly compare against their click-to-site ads. For Joybird, we measured results between April and November of 2020, and were able to see a 3x increase in both conversion rate and in return on ad spend compared to click-to-website ads. For any other insights and optimization, we have key steps to the funnel that we'll look to. The ad click-through rate to make sure enough customers are brought into the funnel. The opt-in rate to make sure we have enough customers we can message back. The completion rate to make sure enough customers are being qualified. The messenger click rate to make sure that customers are interested in the products. With Joybird, we're constantly testing a wide number of conversation formats and continue to launch new experiences frequently. In addition to seeing great performance results, our software is simultaneously organizing all of this customer response data to understand their behaviors, preferences, and audience qualification. This is a great way to uncover insights that will enable the brand to better support their customer everywhere. For example, if a high volume of customers begin showing interest in a certain design style or color profile, Joybird can prioritize those looks in their advertising. Now that customers are in this channel, being able to re-engage in the same thread is a huge benefit. For each step of the journey, there's an opportunity to get a customer to the next. For example, a customer who doesn't complete the style quiz might be more compelled by seeing customer inspiration photos next. So we can follow up with them the next day with that content. If they do convert, you can follow up with anything from confirmations to feedback and customer review capture. These can be supported through the 24-hour message window or after the fact with message tags and sponsored messages, helping brands to acquire, upsell, and cross-sell. At the end of the day, we've processed hundreds of thousands of customers for brands like Joybird, Lalo, Thread, Mgemi, and ThirdLove, driving higher returns and conversion rates while capturing new forms of data that impact their entire business. Whether a brand has a lot of SKUs or just a few, high order values or low price points, Messenger has a significant impact on driving higher conversion rates, and we're excited to continue expanding that opportunity for brands as more ways to engage evolve, from click to Messenger to chat plugin, Messenger API for Instagram, and more. To learn about our work at Paloma, you can visit us at getpaloma.com. Thanks again for having me, Martha, and handing it back over to you.
Thank you, Kelsey, for sharing those conversational commerce best practices and the amazing results you were able to drive for Joybird. It's really motivating to hear that by keeping a few best practices in mind, brands can really drive such impactful business outcomes. Now, before we end this session, I wanted to leave the audience with a surprise. So if everyone watching can take out their phones, open up the camera app, and scan the QR code you can see on the screen, you'll be taken to Messenger, where you'll see an option to leave feedback on this session. Please be kind to Kelsey and I. The customer feedback template that you just interacted with is now available in beta. We're making it easier than ever for businesses to get feedback from their customers. This template can be used for product reviews or for collecting common satisfaction scores like CSAT, NPS, and customer effort scores. Brands can also collect richer feedback via free-form text if needed. A brand like Glovo, who has used this template, saw a 30% lift in survey response rates when compared with email. We're excited to see what you can do with this new feature. Thank you again for building on Messenger over the last 5 years. I can't wait to see the continued innovation you build on the Messenger API and how we can grow business messaging together.